Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. This is the third episode of our single player survival series. I've done a bit of work, quite a bit of work in fact, between the last episode and this episode, and before I go any further, the support on this series, as I said in the last episode, was absolutely insane for our first episode, and it has been nothing but the same, if not better, for the second episode. It's been incredible, so first of all, thank you to everybody for just being so awesome in these episodes. It's really, really cool. And not to mention, coming to the streams as well. It's really, really awesome to see a lot of people there. I know not everyone can make it. And before I forget to tell you guys, I know a lot of people want to watch the streams. So if you want to actually check them out, I can't unfortunately put them on YouTube because of the music that we use in them. However, if you guys do want to catch them, they are available for 2 weeks, I'm fairly certain, after the stream is done. So if you guys want to check it out, you can check it out on our Twitch channel. The link is down in the description right now, so you guys can go ahead and watch and catch up what we've done. So what I want to show you is this, that. We look like this right now because we did a bit of enchanting. Some good enchantments, but I think we need to do a bit more to just combine them up a little bit. And of course, you can also see this has taken a pounding. So I'll quickly update you on a few things that have happened. Close that up. We have gone ahead and built a little bit of a hill over here, and remember I was talking to you about that in the last episode, and I just went ahead and did it in our stream just recently, in fact. Also, by the way, are you guys loving the fog? Look at this. I've got the fog turned on, so you can see it looks a little bit foggy, and I actually prefer it. I prefer it. So I've gone ahead and started some custom trees in here in our stream, and I was having a good time doing some custom trees. I want to add a few more in and do the ground up itself. I think you guys know me and my terraforming. I think that's a very important thing, and we're going to get this whole area covered up. It's going to look really, really good by the time we're done with it. But today, I want to quickly go ahead and tell you exactly what we are doing. Remember I told you about that lighthouse that I promised you? That is happening today. We've got all the resources, more or less, that we need to be able to build ourselves this lighthouse. It's probably going to stand about that tall there if I get everything correct. And I also, by the way, have collected a few resources between the last episode and this episode. So we collected in some dark oak wood, because of course we need that, and some saplings, of course. We're going to go ahead and go to the jungle biome to get a little bit of jungle wood, and of course, perhaps another friend. I think you guys know what's coming. This is Minecraft 1.12. And I know that there's something that everyone has been itching for me to go explore, and I think this is it. This is exactly where we need to be. Now, I'm not too sure whether we are going to have a a jungle temple around here, but I'm certainly hoping that we will. We've got a few resources we have to gather from this. I forgot to get some vines when I was near a swamp, so we definitely can get some of them here. We can get some cocoa beans, because of course the brown dye is actually very, very useful stuff. What is our coordinates right now? Cool, I got them. Just in case we need to find our boat back. Although it's not a big deal, because of course we can always just use some wood to find our own boat. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a little look for some parrots while we're at it. And also, I have not brought any food at all, so hopefully we can find ourselves an animal or something that we could quickly cook up. Let's get some of these while they're at a good level for us. Beautiful. Okay, or we can, if we find some wheat, which I doubt we will be able to grow, we need some bone meal. I guess we could get a little bit lucky with that. So today, when I had the last stream, which, as I say, I had a really good time streaming, we decided we were going to build a bit of a... What? Is this a giant mountain? I've never seen this. Oh, yes. There we go. Some melon. We were going to build a tower for the enchantment table, which I didn't end up getting to. You may have noticed it in the background there. And that is because that tower was actually just an absolute fall on its face flat failure. That was a horrible tower. So what I'm doing today in this lighthouse build is we are doing a tower. I mean, it's a lighthouse, so it's more or less a tower. And what we are going to do is we are going to go and make this tower so much better than what I could have tried to do in this last build. So I've promised myself that we're going to get an absolutely awesome tower. We're going to make it completely functional, and we're going to get that done in this episode today. And it's going to look great. Let me tell you this. It's going to be pretty damn awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and find some parrots. Then we're going to go and get some vines. We've got vines. We need a few leaves. We need some saplings. But where are these parrots? They are actually a little bit more elusive than I expected. Wait. Let me turn this up. Let's turn this up. I think I just heard something as I say that. Ah. Was that in frame, by the way? It's making the baby zombie noise. Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, I'm fairly certain we need some... Yep, some of those. There. Oh, it didn't like that. Maybe we need a few more. Now, someone was telling me to get the Y one that's like a cockatoo. I think we'll give that a go. We'll try and collect all of them. But for now, let's just grab ourselves one. And come on, surely we can get another bunch of seeds, and then I can grab this guy. Surely 3 would do it. I've never got the luck to get no seeds when I at least want them. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so it's actually turning nighttime. Oh, he didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. It's actually going nighttime, so I don't have a bed, and I've got no food on me. Oh, I've got a few watermelons. That actually could do me for a little bit. I don't know why it's whistling. That's a very good question. Oh. Is that it there? Be my friend now. No. So it appears that we've got this friend, and I don't know if it's going to just follow us or what. Maybe I have to use an open hand to get it on my shoulder. How'd I pick it up? What? Is it on me right now? Ah, it's on my shoulder. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so I know that when I last played around with these, they fell off when you jumped. Is that true? Man, this creeper noise that it makes is really, really off-putting. Okay, how about I just go back to the boat? I'll grab a sapling, hopefully, on our way back if we can get some tree to drop it. That's what we really, really need. And then I can go back and start this lighthouse that I'm actually looking very, very forward to. It's going to be our first major building, at least. Man, where am I? I think I'm going in the right direction. I might just play around here and see if I can get some luck with these. I've got fortune on this, so that might help us out. Alright, so I am aware that I do have 15 levels now, and I know last episode I had quite a few more than that. So perhaps some of you guys have noticed, but I have actually died once since we have been in this world now. So I fell off that cliff over there because I was busy being a bit of a derp, trying to build that tower that I was talking about, and I just couldn't get into my groove. So I guess it was just all around... It wasn't meant to happen. We weren't meant to build that tower there. But today, you can see I've done a bit of terraforming down here, like in between the last clip and this clip. And I think this is looking pretty good. Look at that. We've got some rocks going on here. Eventually, we're going to have this whole place properly terraformed. But I just thought I'd do a little bit so I can work out where I'm going to put this tower, how tall it's going to be, and all that sort of stuff. Now, you can tell I am eyeing out, potentially, a dangerous jump. So let's hope we can make this to the water. I think that is the shortest distance. Is that right? Man, that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. I think maybe this way. 7. Yep, I think that's the shortest way. Okay, but only just. Let's see how we go. I don't think this could kill us, but I think we might... Yeah, look at that. Just made it, in fact. All right, so let's see how high that is. That's a very important question. So what I'm doing now is I'm just separating out this build. And for those of you guys who might be new to the series, as I say, welcome. This is episode 3. We are having a good time so far, and so much stuff has already happened. But what I like to do is I like to just take a step back. If you guys don't know me, I like to take a step back, and it's weird to travel backwards in this boat, and just have a look at how tall that is. And I think that's pretty much a good length, because it's going to go out about 4 or 5 blocks from the top there. We're going to have a bit of a roof on it. And that's going to look pretty good. I don't want something that's too big. I don't want something that's too small. We have to think about the size. What is the correct size? And I think that's more or less the right size. Why is this turning back? Okay, there we go. I was pushing the wrong button. That is probably why. All right, so we'll go up here. Let's start making a little bit of a design here. And as I say, it's easy to start off. In fact, I'm so used to using stone. Perhaps let me just use some stone brick. I can break that because I don't have a silk touch. And having silk touch is definitely a very useful thing when you are building. So that is our next project. Get some silk touch in this world. We need it so badly. In fact, that and some mending would do the trick. Of course, the mending, we might not be quite as lucky. So what is a good circle? Let's just test out a few things here. I'm not too concerned about the fact that I missed out some of that block over there. I am aware that I did that, so do not worry. Oh, man. There we go. Yeah, do not worry. But let's test this out here. There, and I guess it'll go like this. No, this over here. Perfect. Right, so is this a good circle? I think that could maybe go. I think maybe what we could be better off doing is just playing around with a 5th block there, and then one in here. Yep, that's a better circle to give us a little bit more room inside. So what my next plan is for this build, because I love building towers, man, I love it. I mess them up very, very often, but you know what? It's all about the trial and error, trying to get this thing to work, and I think we'll definitely get it to work in the end, that's for certain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to build this up in the middle here, and I'm going to go probably up to, let's step back a bit, let's just imagine how high this is going to be. And by the way, guys, there's some pretty cool redstone stuff coming up here, nothing too complicated. So if you guys aren't good at redstone, I'll walk you guys through it. I'm sure you'll be able to work out what is going on here, and it's super, super cool. Very, very simple. But if we go up to about that height there, or maybe a little bit higher, yeah, just a little bit higher, that will be where we should be. So I'm just going to take this up. I'm going to probably step back a few times and have a look at how tall it is, because as I say, the height proportions and the width proportions as well are very, very important things. And I think I don't want to mess them up. So what I've just actually, something that's just crossed my mind here, and this is a little bit to do with the detailing of this build, but have a look here. What we can do is, because we've got some concrete blocks which we can actually use, we haven't used a single Minecraft 1.12 block so far in the series, and I think it's about time we do. So if we do this here, we can actually push this wall where this wall was over here, 5 blocks. We can push it 1 block in, which looks pretty damn good. Look at that. Like, it just creates a little bit of depth. I mean, imagine it in the future. Of course, I'm not giving away too much by doing that little bit there, so we'll have to probably get a little bit more done to actually show you this. But then if we go out here, we can actually put in maybe a concrete block or some color block in the corner of this going up there. That could look pretty cool in between these here, in this block spot here. That could look pretty cool, but I just want to sort out the bottom piece first, just to get this working. And I mean, who knows, we might not even go with the concrete block. It might just be a bit too colorful, but I want to try it out. I want to see if we can maybe give it a go. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't, of course, we'll have to change something up. So I'll get a little bit more done and I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, so I think it's about time we start adding in some of the redstone stuff. I have gone ahead to the nether and I've got some redstone lamps from some glowstone, and this is what we're looking at right now, guys. So you can see there's a bit of thought behind what I'm doing here. As much as it looked like I didn't have planning, which I really didn't too much, but this is generally my style of things. So I start with the shape of the building, and then I slowly start doing a few things like what I'm doing here. And actually, what I've done here is I originally did those straight pillars there. I kind of took it in just to make the building a bit more interesting. And then I've worked in a roof here. And this is what I like to do. And I'd give some advice for this. If you guys are battling to build something, just go for little pieces like this at a time. So you can see I haven't done the roof on either side. I've gone ahead and I've tried it out. I can see it's about to work. That corner there is going to work. It's going to look really, really good with this roof in the middle here. I can see all this stuff. So I'm going to leave it and I'm going to quickly go to some more stuff. And then I'll get back to it. So you see what I mean? Like, don't go too far, overcommit, build 4 roofs, and then realize, hey, that roof doesn't actually look too good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some of these, and we're going to make ourselves a bunch of comparators. We don't actually need this many. I'm just doing it because, of course, why the hell not? It means we're not going to have to make comparators for a while. And what we are about to do is something that I played around with. This idea, actually, I played around with in our last world. And I'm going to go and do it again. So right now we need 8 chests. Let's go for this. And this is how we are going to make this this entire mechanism work. So we do that there and that there. That should be enough, right? Perfect. I just brought some extra stuff in case we needed it. And I gave this a go a few days ago in a creative world. I kind of just thought about it and it came to me and I was like, you know what? This is a better way of doing what I did compared to my last world. And I tried it out. So let's check if I can remember it. Of course, the sun would just be going down right now, wouldn't it? So get in the bed, please. All right. So I'll quickly just also tell you what I'm doing with this, what the thoughts are. While we wait, I may as well explain to you what my thoughts on this whole building is. You can see that this roof style is quite clearly a different roof style to that roof style. But my thoughts are with this village, which is yet to be named. We want this village to be a village, as I say, on the outskirts of the mainland over here. And I'm planning on doing a pretty significant kingdom around the lake in there. If you guys know, there's a lake back there. If you want to check the seed out, you can see what I mean, and it's huge. I'm planning on making a huge kingdom in that area there. And this is an outskirt, like an outlying village, which allows us to, well, it basically exists to run this and do a few other things. So this type of style, I hope to mirror in that village, in the entire kingdom, just so that we can see that this was actually built by those people, if that makes sense. So just a little bit of lore. I thought it would be kind of cool to add in here just for the hell of it. And I've also put in stairs here, by the way. If ever you guys want a tip, if ever you guys need some of these stairs, you can always do slabs around a a pole like this. It always works. Even if you just did 1, 2, these, like a 1 wide one, it always works there. But this is how I like to do my 2 wide ones. Just like kind of like a boomerang, then a backwards boomerang, then a forwards boomerang. Like, I know it's ironic that I'm Australian saying that, but it's a good way of remembering it for me, at least for a 2 wide like this. So here's where we get a bit of a problem, but I think I've got a plan for this, and we won't do it right now because I don't have the stuff on me. But I think this will work. So originally I had I tried this in my last world, and what we had is we had redstone comparators running out of these hoppers here, which are actually just pushing an item around, and that worked pretty damn good. If you ask me, it actually worked very, very well. But I think it didn't work well enough. We could have done a better job, and I think this is a better job here. So the biggest issue was I didn't know how to run these comparators, and I feel like this, what I'm doing here, if I remember correctly, it was either 2 on that side or 2 on the other side was better, but it's, I guess it's much of a muchness then. So my thought is, what's going to happen is we're going to have these each run out to 3 lights on each side here. So 3 over there, 2 over here, and 3 over there. And let me kind of think about it. Maybe I'll do... I think I want to push these out one, so I'll just do this over here. And we might just be able to get this to fit. I think that, if anything, it might cause us a little bit of trouble what I'm about to do here. So if we had 3 there, and then we had a gap like that, maybe 1 here. Now that won't work. Will it? Oh yeah, it will. I'm messing myself up here because these aren't matched up here, so I need to go out there. And that was on this one. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, so if I'm confusing you guys, do not fear. We are about to see some redstone magic, I hope. So that one goes there, that one in here. And that is my plan. That is correct. That is what I was thinking of the other day. I'm pretty sure it's the same layout, actually, that I got the other day when I was messing around with it. No, I want that, please. Don't fall down. Yes, we got it. Perfect. All right, so this is actually a fairly simple idea. And as I say, I didn't want the redstone to be complicated because I know not everyone's into the whole redstone thing, and that's fine, that's fine. So the idea is that we are going to have an item being passed through here, and you guys know that every time an item goes past the chest, we get a little bit of a signal. So I'm going to do that, and actually, you know what? This is a mistake. I'm doing this here. And this is purely so that this does not interfere with these. These won't interfere with each other the way we do in this. And a little bit of a tip. You can actually detect a signal through a block with a comparator. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know that, that's something a lot of people forget. But it's a very, very useful thing for basic redstone stuff. So I hope that helps. So here's what my plan is, right? So as an item comes through here, it'll switch these ones on, and then it'll switch these ones on, and then it'll switch these ones on. So that one detects for those, that one detects for those, that one again. You get what I mean? It works very, very well the way this is going to happen. So I'll have to just get these in, and then I'll show you how it works, because I think it'll be a bit underwhelming if I don't finish these all up. Okay, so we are back, and remember I was saying there was an issue. The issue is getting up to the top here, if ever I needed to, and I want to actually have a piece at the top here, so I've got a plan. I will fix it. Now, as we carry on here, I just need to quickly get this, put one of these down. Let's actually put that in there. We're going to get rid of it anyway. Do this quick. Just make ourselves a simple sword that's going to be passed around here. So the reason we're doing a sword is, let me show you this. So if I put in one item being a stick, this stick will be passed around, but you see how it's not powering these here, right? So the signal just goes to there. You see what I mean? It's very, very faint, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. This over here will work though, because if I put in one of these, the signal is actually a lot longer when you've got an unstackable item. So you can see that goes to 3 and now powers that. That's actually a good way of showing you. So that does power it. Where is it? Where is our sword? Is there a sword coming through here? It just didn't load. I'm pretty sure that was not there. Tell me if that was there, but I don't think there was one there. But look at this. See, nothing going through there. So we'll just grab that back again. Okay, that's weird. You see that's not updating. That's very, very odd. Okay, so as I said, I just wanted to finish this up so you guys know what I'm talking about here, and it doesn't look too silly from what I'm saying. So you'll understand what I'm saying here. So we'll just do this, and we'll do this, and I thought this was a pretty important thing to mention here. So the redstone dust will power those blocks there. So you can't actually power it next to these blocks. It has to be powering the block next to it. That's what I'm doing here. And then an issue is that these connect. So that's why I'm putting these ones on top of here. So just 2 there is actually all right. I think I did 3 there, but we only need 2. And then that stops those from connecting to each other. So these should all be connected. And what we should see now is if we just go up here, we should be able to get a good view of everything. Good, didn't fall in. Okay, okay, there's a problem. There, cool. I didn't fill in the block. Perfect. So it's very, very simple. I'll show you a simplified version of it once I remove some of the stuff here. So there we go, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Look at that go all the way around. How cool is that? Just a nice little touch. And I think having things in Minecraft that are somewhat functional like this one, I think will work really, really well. So I hope this does. I hope you guys do enjoy this build because it's a very different build, and it actually, by the way, is not very tough. So if you guys want to have a look, if you want to build this in your own world, which I know a lot of people are building along with us, which is really, really great, this is all you need. You need the hoppers facing into each other, a comparator here, a comparator there with this block, some redstone dust along these, some redstone dust along those, and that's all you need. It just runs into that block and runs over those blocks. Very, very easy, and I hope you guys enjoy this little design. It's a neat little thing to have. A lot of work has gone into this, guys, but look at it now. It's changed quite a bit, I suppose, but I think it's definitely getting that shape. It's looking good. You can see these subtle things, you know what I mean? Starting off with a very basic cylinder sort of thing. It's come to this, and that is what we're doing. I did warn you, we're going to be doing some big builds. It's episode 3, and we've got this. This is actually a very, very big thing for me. I didn't expect to have a building this big in episode 3, but you know what? We went ahead and said it, and we've done it now. So this is the way the series is going to work. We're going to be doing huge builds, big builds, not only the big ones, we're also going to be doing really neat little builds as well. Things that are dependent on the area, I guess. So I did say that I want to try out the block, the Minecraft 1.12 block that most people will know about because of because of this update. And I don't know if this is actually the way to do it, to be completely honest, but it is. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got 64. That makes sense. I only had half the amount of gravel. So what I wanted to try was, originally I was thinking we could put some colored stuff in there. And I know what you're thinking. This might be a bit weird. And I'm definitely thinking it's probably going to be quite a strange thing to see. But you know what? We never know until we do it. So that is how you do it, right? Like that. Okay, that's not bad at all. Okay, I know that you can't haste mine these, but I mean, this is going pretty quick. And by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, I have lost those levels as well. Oh man, I messed up a little bit. I was busy working up the top here, and I fell off the top. So I really think feather falling is much needed. So my solution, by the way, to that problem of getting through here, because this is the only issue. We see these hoppers. It's a little bit ugly, but you know what? We'll get around it. Just do. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe I do need full blocks up there. Yeah, that's what, you know what, I've messed up here, because in between the last clip and this one, if I did this, let's see how, oh, well, we need to clear the one thing out anyway, so if I do that there, that works. Cool. Actually, that could work. If we just leave one of those open, that could actually work for us. So cool, we've got something working. All right. So I actually was planning on going and put these down there. Silly me. Well, we could go ahead and try the other idea that I had, which was putting these up here. So let's go back in there and test this out. Just put this window in. We can have a look at that while we're back at it as well. Okay, that is a little bit annoying that I've just done that, but it's not a big problem. So we should be able to push this back. So what I'll have to restart this. Let's just quickly do it now. Right, so simple. If ever you guys wondered how I did this, by the way, this is it. You put a track down here, put the minecart on top of the track, break the track, and you got your minecart in there looking good. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do this now quickly. I'm going to go ahead and put these. In fact, I should have just put the whole blocks around here to begin. So, no, why am I clicking in here? Well, at least we know that works now. Cool. So at least we know we can get back out of this. If we do that there, bam, we're out on the top, and I'll just make these full blocks now anyway. Don't even know why I put them as a half slab. Anyway, I don't enjoy building on half slabs. You can't do as much inside. So there we go. Half slabs back in. Let's go ahead and do what I was actually coming down here to do, which was playing around, I think, in, where would it be? More or less here. Is that right? So yeah, these blocks here, for sure. Okay, so I'll get rid of this one here for a second. We'll replace these ones in this place here with some cyan. And you know what? If this is terrible, we can fix it. We don't have to sit with it. We don't have to worry. So if you guys are yelling, Jansey, that looks horrible, that's cool, man. That's cool. I want also, I don't want this to be plain anyway, so I'm going to be putting these in here. So we may as well put them in because that's going to be the case. We'll do that, and then that. And let's have a look. I think this is going to be good. In my opinion, my current guess is it's actually going to work. So let's just go out. And another thing is, from our last build, we didn't add too much color to our builds. We did pretty plain medieval type builds that might not necessarily... Yeah, I don't know if I like that. That could... You know what? I'm going to leave this up to a bit of a decision for you guys. If you guys can sway me and tell me whether these are good or not, I feel like maybe we could try the other side here. Let's try this out and use a bit of the powder, because I feel like the powder looks a little bit better. These just look very flat, and I think that's what I'm not liking there. So let's do this here. We go in this one, break these off, and then put some of the powder. Did I say power? I hope I didn't say power. I meant powder, if I did. So we'll do this in here. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and put these down. Then I guess this will be the way this one goes in. Cool. All right, so let's go have a look at this. I'm feeling like the powder will look better anyway, just because of the extra texture. So let's get out here and then have a turn. Actually, in this occasion, the texture is definitely there, but the problem is that it's a bit too light for me. If I had to say, I'd probably choose that one there. Yep, I'll definitely choose that one there for sure. So, today, guys, I think this is actually a good time to end it. The sun's going down. We can actually go... Well, we can quickly go out to the ocean. And by the way, I just remembered my parrot is still left in the jungle because, of course, parrots, for some reason, don't stick on your shoulder very well. And I haven't worked out how to get them to do that. So, well, I'm in the boat, at least. So, we'll have to collect the parrot at a later stage. And actually, that is looking much better with that little bit of blue in from this side here. Look at that, going around in circles, looking fantastic. So that'll be the episode for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you have, be sure to hit the like button. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.